Hi everyone and welcome to our 5th tutorial in our summer program. Today we're going to be making our Lighthouse memo holder. So we've got our little lighthouse. See, it's got a little memo holder so you can pop this in, show you how it works. So you can pop a little card in there, you could put a photograph, whatever you want. So we've got our lighthouse, we've got some rocks and we've got some lovely waves. So some colour mixing today and some marbling techniques for you. So again, watch all the way through, start to finish, and then get your clay ready and your little memo holder, and then you can go through at your own pace. So we're just going to flip the camera around now and we're going to get started. Okay, so what you're going to need today is going to be your little memo holder. You'll need your Pinocchio tool and the colours of clay that you're going to need. White, so you should still have a new bag of white. We're going to use that one. We're going to need some red, some blue, a little bit of green and a tiny piece of black. So if we start with the white clay, so if you take all of the white clay out of the new bag, we're going to use a third of this, okay? So just give it a bit of a stretch, a bit of a scrunch. I'm going to roll it up into a ball. I'm going to roll it into just a rough sausage. Try and make it even. And then we're going to use Pinocchio to portion it into thirds. So 1, 2, 3. So you see the marks that I've made there? So I'm going to cut off 1/3 of the clay and then I'm going to put the rest over there safely. Okay, so what we're going to do, we are going to make our lighthouse first of all. So we need to make 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of white. And as you can see here, they're getting smaller as they go up to the top. So we're going to form some nice round balls. So with the third of the white clay, I'm going to give it a good stretch. I'm going to roll it up into a ball. So there's going to be a little bit of adjusting here. I'm going to roll it into a sausage and I'm going to start by cutting off a little piece for the top. Make this one slightly bigger and this one maybe a bit bigger. So I'm just going to roll each one up into a ball and you'll see what we're trying to do. So nice and smooth, nice firm hands rolling nice and firmly. Okay, so we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So I might make this one a little smaller, pop it into this one. Okay, so hopefully you can see here that they're getting smaller as they go. So we've got 4 balls with the one on the top obviously being quite small. Now we're going to take some red clay and the idea is that we want to make a ball in between these 2 sizes and in between these 2 sizes. Okay, so I'm going to just take just a little handful of my red clay and you might have to kind of roll it up and adjust a little bit. So that's going to be too small. That one might fit. Yeah, that one's going to fit in there, I think. And then I'll use this one. Might need a little bit more. Roll up. Maybe a tad more. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I think that's pretty good. So we're gonna leave the little one to the side because you can see that we're gonna have to put a blue one there. We're gonna concentrate on doing this section of the lighthouse first of all. So leave that little ball to the side. And then I'm gonna take my little balls here and I'm gonna very gently pat them and start to load them on top of each other. Just like this. Okay, that's it. And what I'm gonna do, okay, so you can see that? I'm gonna turn it on its side. I'm gonna use this nice flat part of my hand and I'm just gonna roll. So this is almost like a daisy drop, like a raindrop shape that we're kind of making. So your hand is angled slightly and we're just gonna roll back and forward. So you might need to move your hand along a little bit, but this is gonna give us that lovely stripy effect for our lighthouse. So just kind of roll a little bit, maybe squish it down, maybe roll some more. Like so, and I think that looks pretty good for a lighthouse. And then we're gonna concentrate now on making the top part. So I'm gonna get some blue clay and we're gonna make a little ball. So this one, yeah, probably about a Malteser size. So we use lots of Maltesers, as you can see. So a little Malteser, and we're gonna flatten this one down with Pinocchio. Remember, it's the flat side, not the bumpy side, or you'll end up with lines on it. I'm gonna push that down nice and flat. I'm gonna flip it off my finger, and I'm just gonna set that on top like so. Okay, so you can see, so it's overlapping a little bit. Okay, and then we're gonna make this little top part in here. So the white ball that you set to the side, we're gonna roll this into a little sausage with Pinocchio. Then we're gonna pop it on its end and gently push. So this is like a little marshmallow. So push, maybe give it another little roll, push. So this is a little cylinder and push. And then I'm going to make some little lines. So I'm holding between my finger and my thumb, my little marshmallow. I'm going to use Pinocchio's hat, the straight part, and I'm going to make some lines. So I'm just pushing his hat in, okay? So I'm going to go all the way around to make those little lines on the top of the lighthouse. And we're going to just set that on top like so, okay? Then I'm going to take another piece of blue, so a little bit smaller this time than a Malteser, and we're going to flatten this one down again. We're going to set it on here on top, and then we're going to make a little raindrop. So another little ball, just the same size as that last one, but this time we're rolling gently on one side. And I'm going to flatten the bottom off. It's like this. I'm going to set it on top of my lighthouse, like so. And then I'm going to get my memo holder, and we're very carefully going to insert this all the way down through the top. So I'm gonna hold my lighthouse without squeezing too much. Now that raindrop's gonna be pushed down, so it's gonna be turn into more of like a dome. Don't worry too much. There we go. And if it gets squashed a little, you can still roll back and forward that little part there. Okay, so you've got your memo holder inserted. If you need to just squeeze it a little bit, that's it. And then I'm going to just take a little bit of black clay, or you could use blue. It's entirely up to yourself. I'm going to make a little kind of sausage, and I'm just wrapping that round to make like a little ball on top, just to kind of tidy that part up. Okay, so I think you can see that's on there. Now, we're going to make a little door. Okay, so you can see I've got a little brown door on the bottom of my lighthouse, and you should have some brown clay maybe mixed from before, from the last tutorial with the ice creams. I'm going to use some of that. I'm going to just give it a little stretch and fold to soften it up again. And if you haven't got any brown left over, you can just mix orange and black, or purple and yellow, or you can make whatever colour door really you want. So this is just a little kind of pea size. I'm going to roll a ball, use Pinocchio, and I'm going to make it into a little, like a little tic-tac shape. Not a long sausage, just a little oval. I'm going to press it flat, and then I'm going to cut one end off, just to make it look like a little door shape. Okay, I'm going to use Pinocchio's hat, so this straight part, knife, and we're going to push in to make some little lines on the door. And we're going to just pop this on the bottom, like so. Okay, so that's the door on. Then we're going to make some little windows. So we're going to do the same shape. We're going to make a little sausage, and this time we're going to use some grey. So I've got some grey left over from, have I got some grey? Yeah, I thought I had grey. So I'm going to just take a little bit of the white, a little bit of black, just a tiny pinch of black here. I'm going to stretch and fold. In fact, I'm going to mix a little bit more because I'm going to need it for the rocks. So I'm taking just a little handful, little pinch of black. I'm going to stretch this around, get it all mixed through. That's it. Okay, great. Okay, so for the windows then, you could make them round if you wanted, or I've made the same shape as the door. So just little tic-tac. I'm going to make 2 windows from this one. So I'm just going to press it flat. I'm going to cut it in half. So I'm pressing Pinocchio's hat just through the center. Flip it off, tidy it up with my fingers. So got 2 little windows, and I'm going to put these on the white sections. So I'm just going to put 1 and 2 on there, and then I'm going to use Pinocchio. I'm just going to make like a cross shape. So just using the tip of the hat, I'm going to push in 1 and 2. 1 and 2 to make little windows. Yeah. Okay, so that is our lighthouse complete. Now we're going to make a little grass base with some rocks around the edges before we get to the swirly sea. So we'll just take some green, and if you want to brighten the green, you can add a little bit of yellow. I'm just going to go with the normal green. So I'm just taking a very small kind of handful. You can see it's sitting in the palm of my hand there. I'm going to give it a quick stretch. So this is probably when we roll it up into a ball about the size of a ping pong ball. Okay, I'm going to roll it round, getting it really smooth. Remember, the more you stretch, the the softer the clay is going to be. So we've got a lovely green ping pong ball size, and then we're going to use Pinocchio, or if you've got a lid or something, or you could even use your plastic box to just push it out a little bit more. So you just want this to be bigger than the base of your lighthouse. You can use your hands as well, nice and flat like so. And I'm just going to flip that off. Make sure you flip it off the table before you put your lighthouse on, because if the green base has stuck to your table and then you put your lighthouse on, the whole thing will have stuck and it'll be very difficult to get it off. So flip it off and turn it over, or set it onto a lid or something that you'll be able to move it on. Okay, but mine will be fine on the table. So I'm gonna make some rocks now to go around the sides. So with the grey that I've got left, I'm just gonna cut kind of random different sizes. And I'm gonna roll these up into kind of ovals, place them around the side. So these are just like big boulders, and they can be, there's no kind of right or wrong way to do this. Kind of, you can make little clumps if you want, space them out. Okay, so you see? Yeah. Then I'm going to make some swirly waves. So you can see the swirly waves. So we're going to marble some clay. So I'm going to take, just grab a little piece of your white clay that's left over, and we're going to take a pinch of blue, and we're going to do the marbling. So just like we did with our ice cream in the last tutorial, we are stretching and twisting. And if you mix this all the way through, it's all going to be light blue, but we want to stop when we can still see swirls. Okay, we want to see white and blue in there. So when you can still see your swirls, it's time to stop. And what we're going to do is just chop this into various sizes. Okay, just like so. So I'm going to take each piece, and I'm just taking Pinocchio and I'm rolling big long skinny sausages and put a little point on one end like this. And then what you can do is just go around the edges, and you can swirl these however you want. Okay, I'm just gonna swirl them like this, and we're gonna build it up, going all the way around. So you can overlap them, you can have them going up over the rocks. This is entirely up to you how you do this. Some more. With this one, I'm gonna overlap. So these are the big waves coming up over the rocks. Do a few more. gonna pop this one up over the top, around. I'm gonna use the rest of them then just to kind of overlap. As I say, there's no right or wrong way to do this. We just want lots of swirly waves. The rougher the weather, the more swirly they're going to be. So just finish up with this one. There we go. Okay, so that's my grass with my rocks and my swirly water. And remember, get this off the table before you put your lighthouse on. And I'm just going to set this one in the middle like so. And that is our lighthouse complete. So just set it somewhere safe where you can dry, ideally maybe on top of a plastic lid or a plastic box in case the base sticks while it's drying.